Welcome to the Traders Corner, brought to you by the StreetBeat.com CEO Interview Series. And now your host, Steve Cannavale.
I'm Steve Cannavale here in Traders Corner, bringing information on small, microcap, and cultural stocks, sponsored by the StreetBeat.com on our site, expedited.com. And today we're talking about the CME Group, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, symbol CME, which is traded on the NASDAQ. Big futures trader, has always been with the Chicago Board of Trade, some of the largest clearing broker for futures contract and futures related and derivative contracts, taking on the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, Euronext, and the Deutsche Börse. That merger they want to dominate the futures contracts globally, and the Mercantile Exchange taking on the NYSE Deutsche Börse. The exchange came out and said, the CME, which runs the Mercantile Exchange, as we said on Monday, said it was applying to the British Financial Services Authority for approving to open in the middle of next year a London-based currency trading, where they trading futures, and the Mercantile Exchange has been trading currency futures for many years. Cash currency is a big market, and the CME planning on capturing some revenue based on currency trading and currency futures over in Europe, taking on the New York Stock Exchange. The CME said, our application to establish an exchange in Europe fits within the strategy to grow organically and is an important step to meet the growing regional demand for the customers. That's from the CME chief, Mr. Gill. Bob Ray, the CME's Managing Director of Products and Services, will become the CEO of Europe, the company said. And Gill went on to say, launching with a suite of foreign exchange products allows us to leverage 40 years of experience in the FX futures for customers in the regions who can access the futures markets during the London business day. He said, but they also plan to look at expanding into additional asset classes. The announcement made in a regulatory filing marks a major step forward for the CME's European plan, and it represents a threat to the New York Stock Exchange, Deutsche Börse, which dominate the European futures with their Life and Eurex exchanges. In short, there's only a minor threat to the New York Stock Exchange and Deutsche Börse because the CME is not launching a competing product. They could well offer products over time, says Richard Perot, an exchange analyst at Barrington Bank. Mr. Perot said it tends to be difficult for new entrants to compete directly with incumbents in futures trading. The CME will need to offer something different in Europe, and perhaps in terms of technology or clearing, and that's a big part of it. The clearing function, needs to be a low-cost function, which the CME dominates by owning the Board of Trade and the New York Merc, and can offer the clients the most competitive rate, which keeps commissions down and kind of keeps the industry growing. But this is Steve Cannavale talking about the CME and some exchange news today as the CME Group takes on the New York Stock Exchange and the Deutsche Börse to get some of that futures revenue. This is Steve Cannavale in Traders Corner, sponsored by the StreetBeat.com on our site, expedited.com. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week.
TheStreetBeat.com is a publisher of news and opinions and not a securities dealer or broker or an investment advisor. For a full disclaimer, please see our website, www.thestreetbeat.com.